Boss Hog in the house. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Florists. What I'm doing today is some hog head cheese. A few recipes I saw online. I kind of combining them all together and throwing in some of my own ideas. And I'm going to mix it up with some leftover tamale meat. This is cooked deer meat that we use for tamales. It didn't make the cut this year. And it's all chopped up, cooked up, seasoned, and just doesn't have the tamale seasoning in there to make tamales. It's just meat, kind of like barbacoa or good meat, good taco meat. You can make little tacos with it, sizzle it up, and make burritos or whatever. But I'm gonna mix it up with a hog head cheese, and I'm gonna make just regular hog head cheese. But I'm gonna have to give this little bad boy a little clean and scrub down. It looks a little busted up, but thawing out, fixing to wash them up, scrub them down real good, and make them nice and happy. And over here we have all the ingredients I'm going to use. We got green onion from the garden, garlic onions, scallions, homemade, not homemade, homegrown oregano, garlic, of course, garlic, onion, celery. And y'all know what I like to do with the butts of the onions. Stick them in the garden so they'll grow into these green onions. And the same with the celery. I'll stick this in the garden, bam, and later on in a few months I'll have fresh celery, carrots, bay leaves, chili pepper seeds, and we got some cloves. Not too many because they're pretty powerful. And of course I got all these ingredients right here that I'll use. Some of them are going for the boil, and some of them are go to the finished stock when I put into the hog head cheese. And it's going to be a long process, and I'm going to get this going, and I'll be back shortly. All right, we gave Mr. Happy here a nice scrub down, and he just got into the pot. He's going to be cooking all night long. But before that starts, we got all this is going to join the party right here. Carrots, some peppercorns that went along with the cloves, bay leaves, and I forgot to mention I got a little extra meat, some stew meat that's going to join the party as well. And all this is going to go pre-hand to boil with the hog. It'll probably pretty much disintegrate into the broth. And some of this is going to go at the final end when we put the broth into the hog head form. Once we put the broth in there, we'll get back to that. Also pickled jalapeno carrots and some jalapeno juice with a little bit of vinegar, and some of these spices will join the party as well. And it's gonna be a long night. I'll get with y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Here we go. Looks like the party just started. Mr. Happy here. I'll see you in the morning. We shall return. Here we go. Looks like the party just started. Mr. Happy here. I'll see you in the morning. We shall return. Well, I hate to be the party pooper, but came in here and look what we got here. Looks like the party's over. Sorry, fella, had to cut out the lights. This is what we got left now. Guess it's been in there about maybe 5.5 to 6 hours. And it's a little after 4 right now, close to 4:30. So yep, about 10:30 last night, set them up, and now it's done. So I'll get back to y'all as soon as we start the cooling down and deboning process and pick it up from there. Yeah, I just started ahead and started to take some of the pieces off and take it apart. It's still a little too hot. And here's where I add the cooked deer meat, which soaks up some of the juices and help it still kind of frozen a little bit. I had it in the refrigerator, so that'll help it cool it down a little bit more, and let it all mix in together and soak up that juice, and then we'll just all place it all here, separate the gristle and cartilage and the fat, and I guess my dogs will have some good dinner this morning. Good breakfast, that is. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, Houston, we got a problem, but nothing that can be fixed. So what we did, came down here after 6 hours of boiling and noticed that the head wasn't quite cooked all the way through the middle. I should have had it split in half, but I didn't have time. I was in and out of the store. But I fished all the outer meat out, and I took off the skin from all around the head. And what we have here is the deer meat on one side and the outer skin of the head. The ears, there's a snout smiling at you right there, and some of the outer pieces. And I separated as much fat as I could and fished out all the vegetables. And what we have here are the vegetables. Now I'm fixing to smash this up as much as I can, along with a lot of the fat. And I'm going to put that back into the stock. Once I smash that down real good, and of course my dogs are going to get a little piece of the action. Django and Blackjack love hog head cheese. So we'll be back on the next phase of our hog head cheese with venison. Alright, what we got here, we got the head boiling again for another couple hours. So technically, I guess it's going to take a total of 8 hours, maybe 9. So we're going to go ahead and start by chopping this meat up, combining it together. So I got a little technique that I picked up. I call it the rat-a-tat-tat. It requires 2 cleavers and some quick action. And there you go. Hey, be quiet over there. Okay, here we have some of the cut up hog head that we have ready. I added a little bit of white vinegar, just a little bit, and then we have all the spices here that I'm gonna chop up and remove the oregano off the stems. Chop up the celery, the garlic. Then I have some pickled jalapenos and some leftover jalapeno juice. I'm gonna combine all these ingredients together, and it's gonna eventually go into the hog head cheese. After I give it I would say, what do you call it, a light boil with some of the stock that's here. We still got the head cooking here. Should be ready in a couple hours, but at least I have everything ready. And then the finished product. Blanch. Blanch is the word I'm looking for. Blanch all the vegetables along with the vinegar and the carrots. That's going to go on the final mix after I get everything chopped up and add the rest of the meat. Alright, I got everything processed. Hopefully it's enough. If not, I gotta just process some more, but look at this. The smell is phenomenal. It's just crazy. I could put this on a taco right now. But or use it for anything. It's got a lot of color. Pretty hot because I've actually added some jalapenos to it. But man, it's really good. And that's gonna go inside the hog head cheese. And a little bit extra vinegar. Well, that's probably got enough vinegar, and I'm still gonna add some of these spices. Depending when I finish whatever it needs, I'll just add it on to my tasting, and then I'll just put them in my little containers here that we can freeze them up, give some away to a couple of ranger friends of mine, have co-workers, and then take it from there. Follow up later. Alright, it looks like it only took an hour and a half more. Went ahead and fished it out. You see how it's coming apart really nice? And then we got the broth here that's going to be the broth for the head cheese. And I went ahead and fished out all the stuff on the bottom for my boys to eat, Django and Blackjack. Just going to mix a little dog food with that, and they're going to have a little treat this morning. But we'll get back to you as soon as we start getting everything going again. I got some hog head cheese, baby. Come on. Y'all ready? That's Django there. And here's old Blackjack. He's a little shy. I guess. Hey, hush down, hush down. Some hog head cheese. They love my cooking. There you go. It's a little hot, so you better watch out. Come on. There you go. Take your time. Nice little warm treat on a cold morning here in Houston, Get Down, Texas. Okay, here we are. We got the all the meat all cut up, mixed with the deer meat. The head has been taken apart. Those are going to be for you know who. Gonna have a field day with those. And even Paris is gonna get a little piece of the action. This is her second eyeball. Come here, Paris. There you go. Yeah, even she's getting a piece of the action. Here's all the ingredients I mixed earlier. I already blanched it a little bit. I'm ready to add it to here. Then I'll figure out how much more vinegar and any other spices. I just put chili and parsley flakes in there. And then I'm gonna wrap these up with saran wrap and pack them in and get them in the freezer. Let it coagulate after I add a little bit of the stock that's left over right here. After I clear it up a little, and we'll get back to y'all as soon as that. Okay, here we are. I finally added all the spices, added more vinegar, and I got my little head hog cheese containers here with saran wrap. What I'm gonna do, I'm top it off with some of the broth, and I got all those to go. And then it's time for the refrigerator. And tomorrow we should be eating some hog head sandwiches, or with crackers, however you like it. Alright, here we got the final process. Here we got small little ones, and we got medium ones, and bigger sandwich size cuts. Now it's time to let it cool off, then put it in the refrigerator, let it trisolate, it coagulate. And then I'll show you how I devour these two beasts. And that'll be later on, probably tomorrow. See ya. Alright, people, here we are in our final couple of segments of the hog head deer cheese that I made. So show you the final product and show you how I devour it. And here's a good closer look of the smaller loaf, and here's the bigger loaf. And you see, notice all the colors in there. And I have a surprise in the final end of this. I got a surprise for you, a hog head cheese surprise. Here we go. All right, here we go. I'm gonna make me a breakfast sandwich for this morning. I'm gonna make me one for work. I guess I'll take the bigger one for work. So basically, how I like to do it is just mayo on the bottom. We don't need to put mustard because the hog head cheese has vinegar, so it kind of alternates with the mustard. So if you put that, it might be too mustardy. But here we go. I usually put Gouda cheese. I use Gouda cheese. I get it at Fiesta. It's a lot flavorful. It's a little more expensive, but hey, if it's good, you know it's expensive. So you go with any kind of cheese. But I like to use Gouda. That's what I like. I like to lay it on there thick because it's another form of protein. Get you going. And these are charred Swiss. I get these all over Houston at the community garden centers. I just, patrol the area. So I'll go by there and I help myself to a few leaves here and there. I don't like to take too much because they go bad pretty well. These last kind of long compared to lettuce. And this is spinach. Spinach, I know it might be Swiss chard also, but I usually get spinach, Swiss chard, so I'm gonna mix it up a little. Purple and green. There you go. And then what I do here is give myself a chunk of cheese, so I might have to do me a few pieces. So here's one. Here's two. And three. Get it on there kind of thick. Okay. So here's one. That's good. There we go. How about that? Now that's gonna be my breakfast for the morning. I'm gonna make me another one for and shrink wrap it. Not shrink wrap it, but actually wrap it up. Oh, forgot the tomatoes. Here we go. The bread's kind of small. These is ciabatta bread. Okay, I get this at the ciabatta market. And there we go for the final touch. And get these at ciabatta. I buy a lot of my bread at ciabatta. I get a big discount. So there we go. That's going to be my breakfast sandwich. And I'm going to make me another one for work. But the surprise I have for you is right here. Check this out. Let me give it a cut. Now here we go. Bam. Y'all get a good look at that? What? Hello to my little egg. That's right, people. I got 4 boiled eggs all the way across here. I didn't get any of the yolk there. I must have got right in between, but trust me, they're there. I've seen that done on meatloaf. I tried it in meatloaf before. I've never seen it in hog head cheese. I say, hey, vinegar, eggs, come on, it can't go wrong. And I'm sure it's going to be just as good. But there we go. That's my personal loaf there. I got 2 loaves like that for me. I'll probably give some of these small ones away to some of my ranger friends at work. Okay, guys. Okay, that's our final segment. And enjoy. Happy cooking. Stay tuned to our next episode of Cooking with the Florists. Bye. One more. Just had to show you a little picture of that yolk. Take a look at that hog head cheese right there. Isn't that going to make a wonderful sandwich? I tell you what, you're the creator. Do what you want. It's all about creativity. And once you get it all together, man, it's endless. Opportunities are endless. Whatever you want.